welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. Welcome to the Weavers. If you're new here, hi. I have 4 children. I am a wife and I also work full-time. So our life is a little nuts and a lot of our life has to do with planning and laundry and cleaning on the weekends and of course meal prep, which is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing my lunches, which I am doing a Greek salad with feta cheese, cucumbers, tomatoes, and olives. And then I'm going to put it on some flatbread. I'm going to eat it for lunch. I'm also going to put my regular salad together, which is romaine lettuce, cucumbers, avocado, red onions, and feta cheese that I top with Italian dressing. We're also going to put together chili packs, beef stew packs that are going to put in the freezer that are great crock pot meals. You literally throw it in frozen into the crock pot before you leave for work. When you get home, it's all ready to go. I'm going to get my marinade going for our kebabs, which I'm going to marinate it, throw it in a Ziploc bag, marinate it, throw it into my freezer, pull it out in the morning. We're going to have them. Then they're already marinated and ready to go. And we're going to put the chicken together for chicken parm, which chicken parm is on Monday this week. Anyway, let's start with my salads. Let me get everything out and get it together. Okay, so I'm going to start by cutting up my romaine. This is going to be the base for all 4 of these. This is just 1 head of romaine. I've already washed it. I usually wash it when I get home. And then we're going to take out some of the very sad looking outer leaves. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to cut the end off. The big ones like this, I like to cut this side in thirds, rotate it, and then cut it once this way. You get smaller pieces, and then cut it this way in like 1-inch sections. It's a very large head of romaine. Okay, grab my barred waste bowl. Okay, so now that those are done, we're going to divide it into these 4 containers here. Cut up our cucumber. This is an English cucumber, so the seeds are little, and so you don't need to take the seeds out. I like to put 1/4 of a cucumber per salad container. Girls. Alright, next, up in here, this is dairy-free feta cheese. I've never tried it before, so this should be interesting. Life, so you guys can see that. I've never tried this particular feta before by them, but I like their sliced cheese and their other cheeses that they have as well. I haven't tried this one yet, and I don't have any grip strength because I hurt my hand yesterday with a knife. Yeah, it was a thing. So this is a feta block. Okay, it smells okay. Let's see. I mean, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna cube this up and put it in the salad. It's not as crumbly as regular feta is, but it tastes fine. So I'm gonna put a quarter of this in each one. So I'm gonna quarter it so that I can make sure we have an even amount. And then chop it up. Okay. It definitely does not taste like feta cheese, but it's fine. Like, it's cheese and it's not gonna make me sick, so. So I have an allergy to dairy and eggs. So I am allergic to casein and whey protein, and therefore I can't have eggs and I can't have milk and I can't really have cheese, but I eat the cheese anyway. It just makes me feel not so good. I have also had my children have allergies to high fructose corn syrup, ascorbic acid, and citric acid. And then my youngest child, Levi, is allergic to dairy as well. So we just have lots of fun. Oh, and my husband has food allergies too. So it's just kind of a house of food allergies, which really started our from scratch journey with food. My oldest son, Luke, he is six now. He started complaining about 2 years ago about having really bad pain on his hip and on his right hip. And so I was, concerned about appendicitis and all that. So we took him to the hospital, and there was nothing wrong with his appendix, which is great. But they noticed that his entire lower intestinal system was inflamed. And it was right after Easter. Come to realize that he actually had broken out in hives after eating all his Easter candy. And then got really, really sick afterwards. And so we have found that, my older two definitely have more of the allergy than my younger two, just because they've been exposed to it more. Then the older two have been exposed more than the younger two have, which allows them to have a different reaction. The younger two definitely get blotchy when they have it, so they get little rashes on their skin. That goes away after a little bit, so we never really thought anything of it because it would just go away. But it was every time they ate it. So what that means for us is that we basically remove any preservatives from our diet, which is why I make my own bread. I make my own tomato sauces. I make my own pastas because of the fact that most things have preservatives in them. I've only been able to find a very select few of apple sauces that don't have preservatives. Well, citric acid, which to most people it wouldn't be a problem because it's basically vitamin C. But it's not the case when you have little people who are very, very much allergic to it. Okay, so for the chili packs, we need 1 onion. This is also for the beef stew, so 2 onions. I'll be right back. Let me go get my cans. Woo! Chicken broth, beef broth, tomatoes, more tomatoes. This one upside down, yes. More tomatoes and beans. So I'm doing kidney beans and butter beans. And this one, I'm gonna grab my light. Hold on. Okay, so we've got butter beans and kidney beans, onions, cans of crushed tomato, beef broth, and a chuck roast. All right. For the other one, we also need, or for the stew, I also need some carrots. I only have 2 carrots left. What else do I need? That's it. Okay. So we're gonna start by cubing up this chuck and getting it seared off in a pan with some seasonings. So let me grab a board so I can do this on that. All right, put on board here. Got a bowl here. We're gonna cube this up so that it is in like bite-sized pieces. I got a relatively large chuck roast this time around. I believe it was 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. So I'm just cubing up this steak into like 1 inch, 2-inch cubes that are gonna go both in the chili and in the beef stew. I'm just removing any little bits of fat, though, because these are gonna in the crock pot for such a long time, that fat is going to break down. So you don't have to trim every little bit of fat off of it because it will melt as it cooks. So I'm just adding a little bit of flour, like a 1/4 cup of flour to coat that chuck, salt and pepper, as well as onion powder. And then I'm going to mix it all together, throw it into a pan and sear it off. We are not trying to cook it all the way through. We're just getting some color on the outside and some caramelization before we put it into the bags for the freezer. So I like using a bowl when I am making freezer meals because it holds the bag up and I don't have to worry about things falling over or tipping or spilling. So to this first one, I have added a pack of mild chili mix, more chili powder, and cumin. I'm just dicing up this onion. They do not need to be small pieces, because they're going to cook for a really long time. It's going to break down quite a bit. If you have not invested in a bench scraper, I suggest you do that. It makes picking up stuff super easy. So I'm just opening 2 cans of black beans and 2 cans of butter beans. Sorry, not black beans, kidney beans. I'm going to just drain and rinse both of them. So if you have not heard of butter beans. They're very similar to like a cannellini bean, where they're a white, soft bean, but they're big. And when I was a kid, my mom used to make something called Wagon chili, which to most people would just sound kind of weird, but it basically was like everything in the kitchen sink kind of chili. It was every little bits of meat you could find in the freezer, bacon, pork, chicken, beef, just all mixed together. And my mom would put these butter beans in it, and it was just my favorite part of that chili. And so I just started making it that way. So I added a can of crushed tomatoes, some water to rinse out the can, a packet of au jus gravy mix to give a little extra beef flavor as well. So here I am starting on the beef stew. So I'm just cutting up an onion. I'm getting that into like a medium dice. Again, it doesn't have to be super small because it cooks for a long time. I'm also adding in a can of crushed tomato. You can use tomato paste if you don't have crushed tomato, or you can use like unflavored tomato sauce as well. You just want that kind of tomato-y backing flavor. So we don't like carrots in our stuff. So what I do is I break it in half and I put it in so it cooks. And as it cooks, it gets that carrot flavor, and then I can just take it out. I'm just cutting up some Idaho potatoes, golden potatoes, call them what you'd like. Just cutting up like 6 of them and putting it in the bag with the rest of this stuff. I don't have a problem with them turning brown in the freezer because they're in that stock or broth that's created with the chili packs. Sorry, beef stew packs. So I'm just going to divide the meat between the 2 bags, zip them up, and throw them in the freezer. Okay, so I ended up peeling 2 very large heads of garlic and put them in my little glass dish here. This is just the small version of the, gotta turn that off. It's just a small version of my salad containers. Comes with it. So I just snap it together. I like to keep garlic like this in my fridge. I usually get it in a big bag from Costco, and I'll either blend it up and put it in dishes like this and freeze it, and then just pull it out as I use them. Or I put them in baby food jars, or, applesauce jars. So I also made some rolls. That recipe I'm still testing, and so I don't want to share it quite yet. Made some rolls, and I made some French bread, which is another recipe I'm testing. So we've got some people coming over for dinner tonight. So, also made the pasta, which it's resting in my food processor, or not food processor, what is that? Stand mixer. Okay, so this is gonna go in my fridge. This is gonna go in my sink. Also covered in flour. Okay, so next, what was next on my list? Got my pasta. Oh, I need to do my chicken parm. So that meaning I need to cut these chicken breasts in half lengthwise so that when it comes time to make them, I don't have to cut them apart and all that. I just have to take them out of our bag that it's gonna go in when it's done. Got a nice, let me sharpen this just a little bit more. I like my knives to be very, very sharp, but there's 2 sides to it. It cuts food amazingly well, but it also can cut you amazingly well, as I found by last night when I was cutting brisket. So I am going to cut probably 4 of these lengthwise, so I have 8 pieces. That's a tiny guy. We'll leave that guy out. Yeah, and then the other two I will put in a Ziploc bag, freeze, and then use like for chicken tacos or something. So what I want to do is, here, let me zoom you guys in real quick. Hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna take these chicken breasts here. I zoomed in so you guys could see what I was doing. And then I'm going to put my hand on top and cut lengthwise into the chicken to, I'm cutting it completely in half, so I'm not butterflying it, I'm just cutting it lengthwise into smaller pieces.
You're keeping me on. Yeah, I'm strapped in, stuck in a song you can't turn off. Like a merry-go-round, my head is spinning. I see you rapping about, I'm sure as hell not. So
Okay, so little check-in with you guys on this meal prep stuff. I wanted to show you some of the stuff that we do with some of our meal prepped items. So I took one of my salads to lunch with me, to work with me for lunch. Wow, it's been a long day. Okay, so we are gonna make a avocado cilantro, kind of like a relish to go on top of our chili. So I threw this in this morning before I left with my crock pot liner on low for 11 hours, and it's all ready to go. We're gonna top it with some sour cream. I've got a little bit of shredded cheese. I came to the realization that I actually did not have much shredded cheese because I used it all for mac and cheese last night. So I've got some dairy-free shredded cheese and like some sharp cheddar slices I'm gonna use up, and then we'll go from there. But let me show you how I make our avocado salsa, I guess, to go on top of our chili. Heck, I wasn't even recording. Okay, so in this bowl here we put in 1 diced avocado and 1 diced onion. We're gonna add in some cilantro and some lime.
Can I have 1 piece of lime, please?
And Miss AJ is gonna help me pick off some cilantro leaves and put them in the bowl. Let me back you up and turn you just a tad. No, thank you, Levi Thomas. Can you move can we pause this, please? And take it off the counter.
I'll put it down here.
And then AJ is just gonna pick off some cilantro leaves and put them in the bowl. Can you give me 6 cilantro leaves, please? Levi Thomas, no, thank you.
Okay, Mama. Count with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh goodness, child. We don't need the whole thing, just the leaves.
Oh, I thought we needed the stem.
Nope, just the leaves. That's okay. Thank you. Nope, that's enough.
1,
Now I need to find my zester if I can help it.
Mine too.
Yep, we're gonna add some, he's fine, he can play with the cilantro. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
he can.
So this is my baby cheese grater, but I guess we're using it for lime zest today because I can't find my microplane. It's probably in the sink. I have a mountain of dishes to do. Mountain of dishes.
You
We're just
never
gonna
put the dishes in a
give that. Levi, stop touching the camera. And then we're gonna take half this lime here.
Me too.
And we're gonna squeeze the juice in.
Can I squeeze some juice?
Juice a
Mama?
half. And you're just gonna squeeze the rest of the juice.
Okay. I'm gonna squeeze this all the juice.
Yep, and while she does that, I'm going to cut up the other half of this onion because my husband doesn't like the avocado or cilantro, really. So I'm going to cut up this other half of this onion.
I like cilantro because of the flavor.
Yeah, I like cilantro too, but your daddy doesn't like cilantro.
Why?
So I'm going to dice up this onion. He just doesn't like it.
I wonder why Dad doesn't like cilantro.
Just doesn't like it. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I like it, Daddy doesn't like it, and that's okay.
Ow!
You have a cut on your hand? You okay? Oh, you have cut your finger. How's your finger today?
It's still worse.
Still worse?
It still works.
Okay, go wash your hands. That's fine. You're good. You can stop. Oh, I got some in mine too. Owie! Owie!
Why'd you take the bandit off?
Woo! Okay, so we've got. Go wash your hands, honey.
It's even worse.
So I've got some shredded cheese here. We're gonna add to this.
How can I make Cleo go to sleep?
She's just tired.
She had a battleship.
Yeah. So we've got a little bit of shredded cheese here. I don't have much left in that.
I can't wait to play battleship.
When you're a little bit bigger and understand how to play it. So I'm gonna take a package of sharp. Luke, please. Thank you. I'm going to take this package of sharp cheddar cheese slices here and just kind of dice it up. So you can sprinkle it on top of the cheese, of the chili. I have your cheese. Don't you worry, little one. Okay. Yeah. Levi is allergic to dairy, so we have a very specific cheese that he can eat. I'm just dicing up some sliced cheddar cheese slices. You're welcome, sweet boy. Hang on, okay? Okay. gonna do that.
Oh, trouble.
Pile up my little cheese cubes here.
Cheese.
Okay, so we're gonna add some salt to this. Be right back.
Cheese.
My salt is behind my crock pot right now. Levi, Tommy's, what are you doing? I'm gonna take this. I'm just I'm gonna break up the avocado, but I'm not gonna mash it. I'm just gonna break it up into pieces. I wish I had some tomatoes. I could probably chop up with the cilantro, but it's already in there, so it's fine. I'm just gonna break up. Hey. That's for my computer, you little stinker. Okay. So that's to top off mine and a couple of my kids' chilies. I also have some dairy-free cheese. If you're ever looking for a good dairy-free cheese, this stuff is awesome. It's called BioLife. It's a vegan cheese. Me and my youngest son, Levi. Say hi, Levi. This is Levi. Yes, he's chewing on a screwdriver. I'm aware. Thank you, sweet boy. We are both allergic to dairy, so we don't have dairy. So we have dairy alternatives in the house. So now I'm gonna grab our sour cream. Are you showing? So I'm actually gonna use plates for my kids for their chili because it'll cool down faster if I do that. So it's not a super runny chili. It's a very, very thick chili, which is usually what we like, is thicker chilies. It's not spicy at all. I'm gonna add some hot sauce to mine and to my husband's, because that's what we like. Okay. All right, so Levi gets his special cheese. This little green plate here is Levi, so he gets some special cheese. Do you want some avocado?
Yeah.
Okay, so he wants a little bit of avocado. Put a little avocado on top of his. I only have, this kid likes avocado, which this is Luke. The girls do not like avocado. We're gonna add some sour cream. I don't know what's in my sour cream. What is happening here? I don't know. So, let me fish out whatever's in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna add, I can't add sour cream to Levi's, but I can add sour cream to my daughters. And to Luke's. Lukey. He also really likes, my oldest child, Luke, really likes salsa verde, so I'm just gonna add a little drizzle on top for him. Then we're gonna add some cheese cubes for all of my kids who can have cheese, regular cheese. Do I have any more green onions? I might have some more green onions. We'll see. This kid over here, this is Thea. She's very straightforward with her food. And then we're going to add half a slice of cornbread per kid. I like mine crumbled on top. They like theirs on the side. Thea, pause your show, please.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And that one. And there, that is how we have our kids' plates. So they're gonna cool for a little bit while I do mine and my husband. All right, mine and my husband's. I do not have sour cream. am going to add a little salsa verde on top of mine. Also going to add in some hot sauce.
Daddy.
Daddy likes hot sauce.
Daddy.
I'm going to go back in with an old favorite. I've actually got a new bottle coming. Sweet habanero. I'm going to add some heat to mine. Yep, that's Daddy's coffee. The stuff's pretty spicy, so you don't need a whole lot. And then my husband's favorite on his, Frank's Red Hot, which mine's actually custom. I basically take this and add a whole bunch of really good stuff to it. This is just classic because I just got a new bottle and haven't had a chance to zhuzh it up yet. So I am going to take the cheese here. That's for TJ. TJ is my husband, if you don't know that. He also likes diced onions on his. I am going to do some dairy-free cheese. Oh, buddy. Thank you. I'm going to do some dairy-free cheese on mine. I'm going to add in some avocado with the cilantro, onions, and lime. I like it a lot. I like this topping a lot. So there's that. And that is dinner for us, for a family of 6. Also, what I like is taking a piece of the cornbread and just kind of crumbling it on top. I saw a recipe you could do this with croutons, make them into croutons, cut them up and like bake them. I just like them the way it is. Anyway, definitely give this one a try. This is a good one. Okay, so I'm gonna take a bite of this here. We get the cheese, we get some avocado, some cornbread. Perfect bite. It's so good. And I love that you can literally put it in your crock pot before you leave for work. And when you get done with work and you get home, it's done. All you have to do is make toppings and cornbread. 20 minutes max. Quick dinner. Meal prep is a great thing. Give a meal prep a try. Give these recipes a try. If you like them, hit that like button, subscribe down below, and we'll see you next time.